At least 5 people died and 130 others were injured after a powerful earthquake struck the northern Philippines on Wednesday. According to authorities in the Southeast Asian country, the Philippines, but the country is no stranger to catastrophic natural disasters. The Ring of Fire dominates the Pacific Ocean. It is a string of at least 450 active and dormant volcanoes that form a semicircle or horseshoe around the Philippine Sea Plate, the Pacific Plate, Juan de Fuca and Cocos Plates, and the Nazca Plate. There is a lot of seismic activity in the area. About 90% of all earthquakes strike within the Ring of Fire. This means people's lives are under almost constant threat in Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, the Papua New Guinea, and other island nations like the Solomon Islands, Fiji, and many more in Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia, all the way east to the western seaboard of the North and South Americas. Although levels of threat differ depending on local factors like your proximity to the quake's epicenter, whether it's out to sea or on land, and standards of housing. The tectonic plates move nonstop over a layer of partly solid and partly molten rock. This is called the Earth's mantle. When the plates collide or move apart, for instance, the Earth moves, literally. Mountains like the Andes in South America and the Rockies in North America, as well as volcanoes, have formed through the collision of tectonic plates. Many volcanoes in the Ring of Fire were created through a process of subduction, and most of the planet's subduction zones happen to be located in the Ring of Fire. Subduction happens when tectonic plates shift and one plate is shoved under another. This movement of the ocean floor produces a mineral transmutation, which leads to the melting and solidification of magma. That is, the formation of volcanoes. Basically, when a downgoing oceanic plate is shoved into a hotter mantle plate, it heats up. Volatile elements mix, and this produces the magma. The magma then rises up through the overlaying plate and spurts out at the surface. If, however, the overlaying plate is ocean, it can produce a chain of volcanic islands like the Marianas. This is also where we see the Earth's deepest trenches and deepest earthquakes. A 7-magnitude earthquake rocked the northern Philippines in the last week of July 2022, triggering landslides and damaging buildings, per the Associated Press. At least 5 people are dead, mostly in collapsed structures, and dozens more were injured, per CBS News. As many as 58 landslides have been reported, and 218 towns in 15 provinces were affected by the earthquake. 3 bridges were destroyed in Abra, per CNN.com. Its epicenter was several southeast of the small town of Dolores, Abra Province, according to the United States Geological Survey. The earthquake has been followed by numerous aftershocks. Since 1970, 11 earthquakes greater than 6.5 magnitude have occurred within 250 kilometers of this earthquake, and the list is expected to increase as seismic activity underground continues. The Philippines lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, an arc of faults around the Pacific Ocean where most of the world's earthquakes occur. It is also lashed by about 20 typhoons and tropical storms each year, making it one of the world's most disaster-prone countries.